Hello, my friend. Today, I want to share with you a story. Not just any story, but one that may open your eyes to the invisible ropes holding you back. It's called The Rope That Never Broke. Listen carefully, because maybe, just maybe, you will see your own life reflected in this tale. There was once a boy named Samuel. He grew up in a small town where nothing extraordinary ever seemed to happen. His father worked at a factory. His mother ran a tiny shop on the corner of the street, and Samuel spent most of his childhood chasing little dreams, playing football with his friends, drawing in the margins of his notebooks, and asking endless questions about the world. But as he grew older, Samuel noticed something strange. Almost everyone in his town lived the same way. They worked hard, complained a little, but never really tried to change. It was like the whole town was asleep, stuck in the same rhythm for generations. Samuel wanted more. He wanted to travel, to learn, to build something that mattered. But every time he spoke about his dreams, the adult smiled sadly and said, "Samuel, life doesn't work that way. Be realistic." Their words became a quiet rope around his heart, a rope made of doubt, of fear, of other people's expectations. One summer, when Samuel was 12, his father took him to a circus. The lights, the music, the smell of popcorn, it was like stepping into another world. Samuel's eyes widened at the acrobats flying through the air, the clowns making everyone laugh, and the animals performing tricks. But what caught his attention the most was the elephants. Huge, majestic creatures, stronger than any machine Samuel had ever seen. They could knock down a wall with a single push, yet there they were, standing calmly, each tied with a small rope to a wooden stake in the ground. Samuel stayed, confused. He tugged on his father's sleeve. "Papa, why don't the elephants run away? They are so strong. That rope is nothing for them." His father shrugged. "That's how it is, son. They've been trained." But Samuel couldn't stop thinking about it. That night, while lying in bed, he whispered to himself, "How can such powerful creatures be held back by such a tiny rope?" The question burned inside him. Years passed, and Samuel grew into a young man. He studied hard, got a decent job in the city, and rented a small apartment. On the outside, everything looked fine. But inside, he felt like one of those elephants, tied down by an invisible rope. He wanted to write books, to start a business, to travel the world. But whenever he tried, that voice returned. "You're not ready. You'll fail. Who do you think you are?" One evening, after a long day at work, Samuel sat by his window watching the rain fall. He thought about his life, safe, predictable, but empty. He asked himself, "Am I really living, or am I just existing?" The image of the elephants came back to him, and he realized, "I am tied by a rope too. Not on my leg, but in my mind." Let me pause here, my friend. What about you? Do you feel that invisible rope? Maybe it's a voice of your parents telling you to stay safe. Maybe it's a fear of failure whispering in your ear. Maybe it's a comfort of routine holding you in place. Whatever it is, remember this. The rope is not real anymore. You are stronger than you think. Back to Samuel. One day, while walking home, he passed by a bookstore. In the window, a book title caught his eye. The Elephant Rope, Break Free from Your Limits. His heart raced. It felt like the universe was speaking directly to him. He rushed inside, bought the book, and read it all night. The book told stories of people who broke free from their mental ropes, an immigrant who built a company, a woman who escaped poverty to become a doctor, a young man who taught himself skills online and changed his destiny. Each story lit a fire in Samuel's chest. The author's words echoed. Your rope is only as strong as your belief in it. The moment you stop believing, the rope disappears. Samuel closed the book and whispered, "I won't be tied anymore." The next morning, he made a decision. He would change his life, not by trying to do everything at once, but by proving to himself that the rope was weak. He chose one small action, waking up an hour earlier to write. At first, it was hard. His bed called to him, warm and comfortable. His mind said, "Sleep, you deserve it." But Samuel fought back. He opened his laptop and wrote. Just 200 words, then 500, then 1,000. Day by day, his pages grew. After a month, he had written 30 short stories. They weren't perfect, but they were his. For the first time in his life, Samuel felt free. But ropes don't break that easily. His friends laughed. "You think you're going to be a writer? That's impossible. Nobody makes money from that." His boss warned him, "Don't waste your energy on hobbies. Focus on your career." Even his mother sighed, "Samuel, we love you, but be practical." The rope tightened again. Doubt pulled at him. One night, he almost deleted everything he had written. But then he remembered the elephants. He remembered the book. He whispered to himself, "This rope is not real. I am stronger." He pressed save instead of delete, and the next morning he wrote again. "My friend, do you see the lesson here? The world will try to tighten the rope around you. People will laugh, discourage, doubt, but the only one who decides whether you stay tied or break free is you." Months turned into a year. Samuel finished his first book, a collection of short stories about ordinary people finding their courage. He self-published it online. To his surprise, strangers from different countries began reading it. Some sent messages. "Your story gave me hope. I cried reading this. I feel less alone now." Each message was a knife cutting through the rope. Samuel realized his words had power. His story mattered. Encouraged, he kept writing. He woke up every morning before sunrise, wrote for 2 hours, then went to work. Slowly, his discipline became his freedom. He no longer needed permission. He no longer needed approval. The rope was breaking. But life always tests those who dare to break free. One day, Samuel's company downsized, and he lost his job. Fear gripped him. How would he pay rent? How would he survive? The rope of insecurity wrapped tightly around his chest. He sat in silence for hours, staring at his empty bank account. Then he remembered, the rope is only real if I believe in it. Instead of searching for another soul-crushing job, he took the risk of focusing on his writing fill time. He cut expenses, worked small freelance gigs, and poured his heart into his second book. It wasn't easy. He faced rejection after rejection from publishers. He ate cheap meals, wore old clothes, and often doubted himself. But every time he thought of giving up, he whispered, "The rope is not real." Finally, after 2 years of struggle, his second book got accepted by a publisher. It became a success, translated into several languages, read by thousands, inspiring countless readers. Samuel stood on stage at a book launch, holding his work in his hands, tears in his eyes. He whispered, "I was once tied by an invisible rope, but now I am free." And now, my friend, let me speak directly to you. What is your rope? Is it fear, doubt, the opinions of others, laziness, comfort? Whatever it is, remember this truth. The rope only exists if you keep believing in it. You are stronger, wiser, braver than you think. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Break the rope now. Take one small step. Just one. Wake up earlier. Write a page. Apply for that job. Start that business. Say what's in your heart. Do it today, not tomorrow. Because tomorrow is a lie. Tomorrow never comes. If the story touched your heart, don't let it stop here. Act now. Write in the comments. What is your rope? Share it, because naming it is the first step to breaking it. And if you want more stories like this, stories that don't just teach you English but also inspire you to change your life, subscribe to this channel right now. Together, we will cut every rope and step into freedom. Remember this, you are not an elephant tied to a stake. You are a human being with limitless power. The rope never really existed. It was always you. And the moment you decide to walk away, you are free. So, my friend, will you break your rope today?